The best thing you can do, 'cause you got the power inside of you. It's not always. Okay, so I apologize that you had to see that, but what's most important is we got a mini little trailer thing for Scarlet and Violet. That's exciting. Now we're going to analyze everything for way longer than the actual trailer was. I've been doing a lot of gameplays recently, so it's nice to just relax, look at a trailer, do another unhinged video. We could just talk. Let's just talk about stuff like our brand new lizard boy that I have a theory about, but we're not gonna tackle that right yet. That's the dessert. Let's start with some appetizers. Let's talk about the new items that they released for VGC. Not gonna waste any more time. We're just gonna get right into it. So the first one we got is Mirror Herb. It copies the stat increase of the opposing Pokemon without any of the negative effects. So there's some things here. The trailer shows an Azumarill using Belly Drum, but the Mirror Herb allows the opposing Titan to copy the stats without the loss of HP, which is huge, and that's going to be huge in many other cases. Let's say you have something like Shell Smash. It boosts your attack and speed, but it also lowers your defense. But you can carry a White Herb to negate that, right? If you're expecting your opponent to go for a Shell Smash, but you have a Mirror Herb, you might as well just attack that turn, get a free hit in, Granted, it's going to take some more mind games to mess around with Mirror Herb. I feel like it's going to be a lot more complicated than that, but, it's pretty cool regardless. I'm happy to see something like that in the game. The only other item, which is probably more interesting to me than it looked at first, was Loaded Dice. Loaded Dice effectively works like Skill Link. Skill Link is an ability that allows all moves that hit multiple times to hit the maximum amount of times. You're using Bullet Seed, it's going to hit 5. You're using Tail Slap, it's going to hit 5. Regardless of the instance, there's no chance involved, you will hit 5 times. Loaded Dice as balancing, it doesn't really offer that assurance that it's going to hit 5 times, but it boosts your odds of hitting 5 times. I'd say that you're almost guaranteed to hit 4 times from what it sounds like. But most importantly, everything that you know that ran Skill Link, they can run another ability. It's essentially like giving up an item for the sake of having 2 ability slots. The biggest example I could think of, because I see it most often, is Cloyster with Skill Link running that Shell Smash Icicle Spear. You know what I'm talking about. With Loaded Dice, it makes it so essentially your Cloyster already has Skill Link, with the caveat of maybe only hitting 4 times, but a higher chance of hitting 5 times. So yes, it is an inferior version of Skill Link, but that same Cloyster can run one of its other abilities. The one that I would opt for personally is Overcoat, because it negates any damage that you would receive from weather effects. Another example, one of my favorites, and I'm not going to waste your time, this is the last example, I promise, is Chinchino. I love Chinchino a lot. I love using Chinchino for Skill Link because it is a normal type, so it has more coverage than normal. You get your stab with Tail Slap, guaranteed to hit 5 times with Skill Link. But on top of that, you also get Bullet Seed, Icicle Spear, or Triple Axle, but who's counting? The point is, Chinchino, underrated. It has a lot of coverage. Maybe it's not underrated at all because its stats are not the best, but I love Chinchino so much. But by taking Chinchino and throwing Loaded Dice on it, that allows me to run one of its other abilities, my personal favorite being Cute Charm, because I'm a pansy. Loaded Dice, very excited. I'm happy to see it in the game. And now let's get into something a little juicier though. So we got a little more of a preview of terrestrialization, and we have confirmed some things. At first it was leaked. We're not talking about leaks again. Yeah, but now it's not leaked, so we can talk about it. So at first there was a little confusion as to how terrestrialization would work with types. We weren't sure with dual types if it would become a monotype Pokemon or if it would simply replace the primary typing. So the fire terrestrialized Dragonite that we saw in the previous trailer, we were unsure if, hey, is this pure fire or is it fire flying? With the Gardevoir that we saw that was water Terra type, we were thinking, hey, is this water or is it water fairy? We now have confirmation that it changes the entire typing of the Pokemon. So how do we know this? We saw Colossal in the trailer, right? Colossal turns into a water Terra type. It's then hit with a water move that's not very effective. Should it have just replaced the primary typing, that would make it water fire, meaning that a water type move would hit it for neutral damage. But since it hit it for half damage, we know that Colossal's whole typing changes to only water. Something like this is huge because think of Colossal's strategy, right? Colossal has access to the ability Steam Engine, and it's the only Pokemon with that ability. What it does is it maxes speed if hit with a water or fire type move. Now fire type is fine, but it's quad weak to water, so you kind of don't want to do that, right? But if you turn into a water type, not only do you get hit by half damage from water and fire, but you still get your Steam Engine boost. That's the other thing that was revealed about terrestrialization. You could probably guess, but your Pokemon keeps its ability after it terastallizes. Dude, that's great. I love it. I love it so much. We also have confirmation that the move that you get for terastallizing is Terra Blast. You know your Gardevoir. Let's go back to the other trailer. You know Gardevoir, right? The Gardevoir that they revealed was Water Terra type. And that could be great because, you get Stab for the new typing that you are. But Gardevoir learns, I'm pretty sure, no water type moves. I could be wrong, but I believe Terra Blast will effectively operate as a fifth option, a fifth move for you to do once you reach your Terra form. The type of Terra Blast changes depending on the Terra type you are, obviously, which effectively gives you a stab move guaranteed. So all you water Gardevoirs out there, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You have your Hydro Pump or Bubble Beam equivalent. I don't know if there's going to be secondary effects, but just know that, Water Colossal, he's going to be fine as well. Mirror, Loaded Dice, Terastallization is all fun, but we're all here for one thing, the big boy theories and the big boy plays. The first thing that we are shown in this trailer is a new Pokemon called Cyclizar. I'm not even going to say it. I'm pretty sure, look at the legendaries. You can, make the connection. Cyclizar is insane from a lore perspective, because I was waiting to see something like this, and we did it. We have it. We have it. So for those of you who don't know, there was mention in the leaks of a new motorcycle Pokemon, and this confused a lot of us because we weren't sure if this was a new thing or if this was just talking about KORAIDON and MIRAIDON. And especially after it was revealed that we ride them the whole game, we figured, yeah, this is the Cycle Mon. And we're wrong. So wrong, in fact, that even if you think that this thing looks nothing like a motorcycle, we do have proof that there are trainers out there in the world that are riding Cyclizar as opposed to your KORAIDON or MIRAIDON, depending on what game you play. But before we get into the super wacky theories, let's talk about this new move they introduced, because I personally think it's busted, but I could be totally wrong on this. So Cyclizar is a dragon normal type, similar to Drampa, and I've always thought that was an interesting type, right? I think it could be useful in a lot of situations. But the star of the show here is Shedtail. Shedtail is a new move that I'm assuming is exclusive to Cyclizar that effectively acts as a substitute, but as soon as you put up the substitute, you're allowed a free switch to a Pokemon of your choice. So let's set the field here. You probably get where I'm going with this, but let me give you a little visual. Let me give you a little mental image. Let's say you send out your sweet boy Cyclizar against a fairy type, let's say Fido evolution, right? Fido is about to absolutely obliterate you with a fairy type move. But assuming that Cyclizar is fast, which makes sense because it's a motorcycle, you're able to outspeed, set up a substitute, switch out to something that resists fairy, like a poison or steel type, and then you get hit by that Moonblast, whatever it is, and you're fine. Not only are you fine, but because it's not very effective, you still got a whole substitute up. So anyway, that's the move. I'm thinking it'll be like low power points, but I personally think that it's very busted. Unless they give it negative priority, then it kind of makes sense as like balancing, but if they do that, I feel like it'll be bad. It's a really weird move. They'll probably play around with it in the future, but overall, I'm excited to see something as wacky as this. I remember seeing it and thinking, oh my god, this is crazy. But now the fun part that I'm going to leave to interpretation. So KORAIDON is our past motorcycle. MIRAIDON is our future motorcycle. Cyclizar, we can assume, is our present day motorcycle. We also show that Cyclizar is something that is ridden around by the NPCs. But Pokemon always does some wacky stuff, and now that we're playing with, the time dimension, I'm sure that maybe you're given a Cyclizar at the beginning of the game. Think about it. If all of the students of the Academy are doing this wide, independent study project, why does everybody get a KORAIDON? Why does everybody start with Legendary? At that point, it's not Legendary, which you just started with it, so it feels like it's not a legendary already, right? But alas, it is, and it makes more sense, right, for the schools to massively gift Cyclizars. So I just reviewed the trailer, but I don't have any super huge theories yet. I'm just going to give you kind of how I think the story's going to play out. The school lets you go on your independent study, and they give everybody a sweet little baby Cyclizar. On your independent study, however, something goes different for you than the other students. You find out blah 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 events of the game. Being exposed by this rift in the time dimension allows your Cyclizar to either tap in to its primal instincts and become a KORAIDON, or maybe advance into the future and become a MIRAIDON. But that's just my theory of how the story's gonna go. If you kind of have a different take on this, definitely let me know. But I feel like it's going to be something like that. Again, nothing is set in stone because I just reviewed it, but yeah, let me know. Call me stupid. Do something. I will say though, in the trailer, we got to see Morse the Titan, and I don't know. He grew on me. At first, I thought he was kind of ugly, but you know, I liked him near the end, and now I love him. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. He's just a little ugly baby trying his best. Granted, he's like 17 feet tall officially, but just a little ugly baby trying his best. If any of this breakdown was insightful to you, or you think that, you know, you like my theory, you like my little breakdown, you want to see more of my face, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And then don't forget to exit out of your browser, go outside, touch grass. I love you. I want you to be healthy. And yeah, y'all have a good day. I mean it. I literally mean it.